I don't know. Is that about right, Steve? Is that
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, and you're all welcome to do a PowerPoint if that would be a helpful way to kind of encapsulate the whole thing for your, for your colleagues in the fall, but you certainly don't have to. Some people are doing sort of the guts of the work for one or two of these early projects, and then their presentation at the end is how they're going to present it to, their team or their parents or their school board or whatever.
Okay. That would be the 50-point.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But if you're...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, if your PowerPoint is sort of the guts of this project, then, then go ahead and do it here.
Can you kind of explain the peer review that's supposed to happen once we're done with the project, or?
Oh yeah, I'm trying a different thing this year because the peer review built into Canvas was a mess last summer, and people were putting grades on my rubric, and so I'd go to grade somebody's thing and it would be graded already by somebody else, and that's not what I wanted. And students were saying they were seeing totally different things from other students. So I'm just dumping that, and I set up those Google Drive folders, and I sent everybody an invitation to your group. So if you have Google, like Gmail or a Google account or Google Calendar or anything like that, then it should be pretty slick getting in there. I also asked those, for input from those who don't have a Google account, whether they're willing to, to get into that, and nobody said no. So, another way of doing it is just a group of 3 or 4 just email their things around to each other. But when you get later in the course, you'll see that there's 6 peer reviews that are due. The first 2 are on the 100-point project. So this group of people right here that we're talking with right now, doing the curriculum needs, I've divided you up as best I could according to content areas and things like that. And you're in groups of 3 or 4. And what I'm thinking is go ahead and when you're ready for comments, hopefully before the due date, go ahead and put it on that Google Drive, and then pick up one of the other ones and fill out one of the peer review forms, and make sure the person who wrote the other one gets your feedback. The idea is just kind of a writing process, so that you can learn from each other, but also give each other some feedback. And there's some guidelines on the form, say something nice about each of these categories that I'm going to grade it on, and then ask a couple of questions or suggestions on a couple of the categories. So we'll see how that works. The problem is you end up then, I'm sure it's going to catch somebody up, because I'm asking you to upload your project 2 different ways. One to Google Drive for feedback, and then when it's finalized, then just upload it the regular way into Canvas for me to grade it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so we're just supposed to assume that the people in our group are going to use the Google Drive, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm in each one of those, so I'll be checking those.
Okay.
And if one group is not working out, then we'll try to exchange email addresses or something, which is what my undergrads do, but they see each other in class, So I wanted to kind of protect people's privacy and not have email addresses going all over and that kind of stuff.
Let's explain it. I got all the Google invites and stuff, and I just wanted to make sure I understood. Okay.
So we need to upload our 100.1 on there prior to July 6th.
If you want peer feedback that you can use then before you finalize it for me.
Okay.
I guess technically all I'm asking is that by July 6th, everybody shares it, with their very small group, and that everybody gets a chance to read 2 or 3 other ones. What did I put for the due date of the peer reviews?
I don't remember.
I think I just saw July 13th.
Okay, so I blew it on that one because I made the peer reviews due a week after it was due for me, didn't I? All right. I guess I was thinking I wanted everybody to share what they came up with so 2 other people could see it, but it really should have been a week. It should have been flipped. Would it make more sense to make the Google Drive submission July 6 and the final submission July 13, or is that getting too late for the final? Is that getting too much into, you know what I'm saying? Because logically it should be
No, I
flipped.
didn't have to, yeah.
Everybody
That's why I
agree?
questioned it.
Yeah.
It's off different.
Okay, I'll try to do that tonight. I'll just flip those due dates.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks for pointing that out. I never set up or used the G drives before, so we'll see how that works. Glenda, you joined late. Any questions?
I did join late, and we had a meeting, and so we're scooching in here.
That's
Mine
good.
is a bit different, and so maybe I'll be working a little bit with you as well, since we're an alternative program, and I'm kind of designing it for parents, teachers alike. And I hope it's robust enough, I guess, of breaking down these curriculums and starting with the standards and matching them up to the chapters or lessons that are included in those curriculums.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Allison, you were in the other meeting. Now you're here.
Yeah, I guess I'm still trying to, since my original idea isn't going to work anymore because we're not doing the student portfolios at our school.
Right.
Just trying to think of an alternative example, and I talked with Vinsolin a little bit today about some suggestions. But for my 200-point project, we're doing a new reading kind of program. We're taking the language arts like grammar, spelling, reading, wordly wise, and writing, and putting it into a literacy block for the first 100 minutes of every day. And it's something we haven't done before. So I was hoping to do a curriculum map for that, tying it all together. But then one of the other things I wanted to do is kind of come up with a weekly master schedule, because the idea with these groups and incorporating the BJU basal back in is to kind of divide into maybe like 3 small groups, like based on reading levels, and then kind of teaching on like a rotating schedule groups. So I don't know if that type of schedule is part of like the map, or if that's a different like a literacy master quote schedule, if you will.
What are you doing for your 200 point? And this pertains to everybody. Don't make this as big a project as your 200 point project. This is one you're supposed to just get out of the way, kind of.
Okay. So for my 200-point project, I was hoping to kind of map the literacy block, because I need to accomplish during this literacy block my IEW writing program, 5th grade spelling, 6th grade spelling, 5th grade vocab, 6th grade vocab, and reading.
Okay, so that's pretty intricate. That could be,
Right.
That's a curriculum map.
Right, that's what I was doing for 200.
So for 100, you could do the weekly schedule, right?
That's just one now as I'm looking at things.
Yeah, I think you're talking about a whole school year, right? Multi subject areas.
Yeah.
That in my mind would be the 100-point project.
The map?
No, the schedule.
Like a weekly master schedule.
The master schedule. And then I assume your 50-point presentation will be how you're going to present this to people in the fall, right?
Right. I was thinking my presentation, maybe like a report back to the ed committee because they're the ones who gave me the green light to go ahead and do something new and experiment.
Perfect. So if you like that, I'm good with that.
Okay. So then I'll work on my proposal here tonight.
All right.
And what are we supposed to just talk about? Like, is the proposal supposed to be research-based?
No, just tell me what you're going to do.
Because the proposal is supposed to be like 2 pages, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then just talk about kind of outline in paragraph form what we're going to do.
Yep.
Okay.
And I hope it doesn't feel like busy work, but every year I got like 1 or 2 people who, said, I'm going to do a curriculum map, but they didn't really have it very clear in their minds or whatever. And they turned in a chart with 10 lines on it, and everybody else is doing like this huge long thing, and I want to kind of make sure people aren't overthinking or underthinking, but hardly anybody underthinks.
Okay, because I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna explain this for like 2 pages, but
Don't do 2 pages then. Don't worry about that.
okay, all right, because we're in the middle of searching for a new principal, so nobody really knows what's going on. And I asked the board members, and they're like, well, the teachers know better than us, and I'm like, okay, well,
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows anything.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, I'll work on the master schedule. Then that was very clarifying. I didn't know if
Good.
that was double dipping, but they're kind of 2 different things I needed to do anyway.
Yeah. And what I learned in my doctoral program is they really encourage double dipping, because then you really do a thorough job. They're like, write your proposal for your dissertation in this class, and write your paper that you're going to present at a conference on it in this class, and this kind of stuff. So
Right, because then you have the guilt to really do a good job, right?
That's what I'm banking on, is that if you really care about this, then yeah, you might build it into 2 or 3 of your projects and actually be able to use it in the fall.
Okay.
I think I said in the other meeting, maybe I said it to you guys already in this half hour, that I did too many lesson plans in graduate education courses that were just so persnickety that I didn't get a chance to really teach them, in my own classroom. So it was just busy work that I did for grad credit, and I'm really trying to avoid that for you guys. All right, so that answers Allison's question, I think. Ashley, you good?
And the 200-point proposal is due here the 29th, so that's sneaking up next.
Yes.
Okay. That was helpful.
John, you got anything else? Can't hear you, John.
Sorry, I was got booted off the internet somehow. It's just now, so I missed the last 10 minutes, but I'm sure it was good. I'll watch the video.
All right.
I'm good, thanks.
Okay, who else do we got still on there? I think we had Amy. You good, Amy?
I'm good. My internet's a little wonky tonight, but I'm good. I understand a lot better now, and I
Good.
feel a little less pressure. I understand. So
Great, that was the point. And I'm glad you could make it, and feel free to email anytime that you have other questions. Or if you want to schedule a phone conference, just the 2 of us, anybody can do that too, anytime.
wonderful.
Another quick question.
All right?
So when we turn in our assignments and stuff, you want our name, our school, the grade level, audience, and project title on that, everything?
No, well, just the project-related things.
Okay.
Because I've got people all over the map.
Right. All right.
Anybody else? Last ditch question before we wrap this up? All right. Well, thanks for playing, and I will post the recorded portion of this, and I'll change those dates too. Thanks for pointing that out to me.
Thank you very much.
All right. Good night.
Thanks. Have a great night.
Night.
You too.